piece in G major or G minor. On page 29, students learn low F in the bass clef. Students can find the guide note of bass F, the guide note of bass C, and then a fifth interval down is low F. In this technique with Papa Haydn, we're achieving a good rotation of the arm and the wrist. Remember that rotation occurs when the fingers, the hand, the wrist, and the forearm all move at the same time in the same direction, so that there's no twisting and contorting in any way. It's nice and fluid, like turning a doorknob, like moving a tennis racket back and forth like this. Rotation is actually the quickest movement of the body, and we never want to change the shape of the arm when we're rotating. Right, so that's a really nice quick rotation. So again, think of the hands, the fingers, and the arms moving as one. And this particular piece, which finger naturally is accented or which finger is heavier? It really is the fifth finger, isn't it? When students come to you and they're playing with their thumbs too flat on the keys and they're tight and rigid and their wrists are too low, that means that they have thumb orientation. That means that all of their weight is stuck in their thumb and their wrist. This makes piano playing very slow. If you put your thumb on your left hand like this and you try to play your other fingers around it, it's very slow and very tedious. Now let's take your fifth finger, put that over your left hand, right here on your left hand, and then go ahead and play the fingers around it like this. Do you notice how much easier it is? This is called little finger orientation, when the weight of the arm is directed more to the outside part of the hand than the thumb. This is better, technically, this little finger orientation. We want to make sure our students feel freedom from the shoulder joint and that they feel that this weight transfer is really, really good from one finger to the next. To talk a little bit more fully about the arm and wrist rotation, when students are playing with a heavy thumb, with a wrist that is locked and rigid and low, then all of their weight is stuck towards their thumb. As I said before, this is called thumb orientation, and this is not good technically. This bone right here that goes from the thumb all the way down here is called the radius bone. And when students are playing too heavily on their thumbs, you'll notice that it's very, very slow to move from side to side. So if you want to put your four fingers of your left hand on this bone and then move it like this, it takes quite a while to move back and forth. When the students are playing with good weight transfer and they have a good sense of coordination of the fifth, fourth, and third fingers playing as one unit, then this is called little finger orientation. So if we take your left hand and move it down your fifth finger onto this bone, this is called the ulna bone. Do you feel that right here? And when the students are using arm and wrist rotation like this, and they do the rotation technique faster and faster, more quickly, with their five fingers working as one unit with their wrist and their arm, do you notice that this ulna bone doesn't move at all? And that's why the technique can be more facile, more quick, more flowing. and more coordinated. So this is a very, very good technique to learn. Now let's turn to page 30 together.